Okay, I think I'm live. Give me a second here so I can do this too, so I can see the what a morning I've had. Why can't I see my live? Hang on. I don't know why my live's not coming up on my channel. I know everybody, I'm so sorry. This has been dragging out all morning. I'll tell you about my cat later. He is okay though. He's sleeping right now next to me on the bed, so that I can keep my eye on him very good, because I'm not sure what happened. He's an indoor-outdoor cat, not by my choice. Not by my choice, because he's a male who does whatever the hell he wants. There I am. Okay. And a transgender cat. I got him. Hi, Finest, my baby. I got him when he was 2 months old from a woman who works with my wife. And I insisted on it being a female because all of our pets are female. This is a lesbian household. There's nothing but vaginas in this house, okay? And women who despise anything but. How about that? Okay, so I bring him home. I spend the first 2 months. Hi, baby. Hi, BC. Hi, John. I spent the first 2 months calling. Her name was Harlow. It was my pretty princess, my gorgeous girl, my sweetheart, my pretty Harlow. Oh, you're so gorgeous. And so 2 months old, or no, 2 months after, so he was 4 months old. She was 4 months old. Is finally now I can't do it. Yeah, there was a long time where I couldn't do it the right way. I was still calling him her. But anyway, 4 months old, he was giving himself a bath, sitting up on my bed, right? And I was like, oh, this is the cutest little thing. And he went to like lick his foot, the long stretch, and all of a sudden, I was like, what the fuck is that? What in God's name is that? And Harlow was hence a boy with a lot of problems because he had been called pretty girl for 2 months. Anyway, so I spent like the last year making up for destroying his childhood, and things have gone okay. But he came home injured, and everything that everything's been set for hours. Actually, it's been set since last night. But the whole cat being hurt thing threw me off. That's my baby. It's my world. So, okay, guys. How do you want to do this? I'll have you guys. There's not a lot right now, but like, so let's drop this in the chat. You want to just jump right to the watch party? Know this, where I am going to have to like discuss here and there. Sad girl. Hi. We can jump right into Shadowgate, or I can PM and do our thing, or I can do a quick update. However you want to do it. I got a little bit of everything going on up here. I think honestly, in order to update you guys on what's going on, that's the reason I'm having this watch party. I feel like this is the most important video, other than the one I shared on my post from Millennial Millie the other day, which we're going to check out too. Matter of fact, let me just do this. If you didn't know, obviously, guys, they're saying the bomber died in the RV. What did I tell you about the lone bomber thing? Give me 1 second here, guys. I just need to pull something up. 1 minute. No, babe. No, don't call me. Millennial Millie. Babe, I'm live. Yes, you did. Read your messages. Okay? I would, just in case. I mean, ultimately, we need to try to get it on him. We don't got to get a lot of it. Just get one little roll of it. There was something else. I don't remember what it was, but you needed to grab it. Oh, the pan for the ham. Sorry, guys. All right, I love you. Get home safe. She says, you said you were going live soon. I didn't know that meant this fucking minute. Oh, hold on. There we go. All right. Now I got Millennial Millie there. Let me come back to you guys. Really quickly, share this. Share this. Entire screen. I know it's too many F words for a Sunday. I'm sorry. I'll try not to. Why is my mouse caught? There we go. All right, guys. This video right here, Revenge of the Kraken, I shared with you on my post 2 days ago. If we get through Shadowgate and you guys still want to keep going on and understand, like, she's going to show a lot of this in her video, Revenge of the Kraken, as well. So if Shadowgate is your thing, then I suggest you go back and hit this page up and go back through every video for the last 10 months. She has been dropping clues about information that she's been giving President Trump for like 10 months now. Why is it like that? There we go. A little better. All right, so let's get back to this and let's do it. Heads up, I am not using YouTube to share this. Why is it not going on you guys? I'm sharing my page. One second. Let me go back to this. Share it. Yeah, it says share it. So hold on. There we go. I just want to make sure it's all set. Oh, it's just got a really long delay. You guys got a really long delay today. That's really strange. Okay, so this is how I'm going to do it since I'm so far ahead. I just want to give you guys a heads up. I am done with YouTube. I mean, not as done as I can be. You know what I'm saying? I'm done trying to count on them for any source of sustenance whatsoever. But I do have a BitChute channel. Real quick. This is my BitChute channel right here, Kate420. It's got up until August 3rd, it was linking all my videos. I'm not quite sure why it's not linking my videos anymore. I'm going to try to find out. But I've only got 13 subscribers on there, and I got 10,000 on my other one. So before I can get off YouTube completely, I'm going to need people to come start subscribing over here. And I also am going to need to figure out why my other videos aren't uploaded and get them uploaded on here. Anyway, let's get back to the video. So we're going to watch it on J Sheepdog. And I'm going to blow this fucker up. Let me see what happens on the screen. Oh, wait a minute. I got to go back really quick. There we go. Now.
What if I were to tell you that a small group of government contractors were hired by government officials to frame the Trump campaign, set him up for the Russia collusion investigation, provided witnesses for the impeachment hearings, and
hey John, can you drop it in there, please?
Services to the Department of Justice
during
the.
Sorry, I screwed up. I went backwards. Really quick, guys. I gotta drop it in the chat. I'll put it on the screen. I'm so sorry to do this, but I don't want to get in trouble. I gotta do it for every hour. You have to show it 3 times, or else it's a copyright. And you have to stop and comment every 15 minutes. It's ridiculous, but I'm sorry. I gotta do it in order to watch this with you guys. Come on. Sorry. There we go. All right. So, federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videos, or video discs under certain circumstances without authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use and is allowed for the purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe on the copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107. I fully intend to use this video as the purpose of commentary and teaching my audience about what is currently really going on in government. Amen. Here we go, guys.
Mueller investigation. And what if it just so happened that this same group of contractors are behind the fake news in mainstream media, influence operations on social media, and the civil unrest nationwide pushing the defund the police movement. The Obamagate scandal only scratches the surface.
You mentioned shock value. That is shocking what the Russians did. I agree. We need to stop it.
I know that now based on the Horowitz report.
I'm not saying that you lied to the court. I'm saying you signed something that was a lie and you didn't know it.
Talk about a cover story. What really happened is much more alarming. Both parties are equally guilty of covering up what should turn out to be an even bigger scandal, Shadowgate. The tactical and operational role the shadow government played behind the scenes, carrying out the coup against President Trump. We're going to be looking behind the puppets at who the real puppet master string pullers are. The material presented in this documentary should concern people of all political affiliations.
Just want everyone to be aware that the night before this movie was actually this documentary was actually released publicly on Millie's channel, she was arrested. She was arrested on a sealed secret indictment over a domestic incident that happened with her mother that had been dropped for over 9 months.
This is about
what were
real
they trying
players,
to keep hidden?
People whose names never come up, but should. Career politicians are definitely part of the Beltway swamp, even aspects of the deep state, but they are not the shadow government. The shadow government consists of government contractors, defense, intelligence, security, and so on. Our government mostly consists of front-facing desk jockeys that are compartmentalized in cubicles. They're to cover up for the fact that most of the real work is outsourced to contractors, aka the military-industrial complex. That way, what the public sees through FOIA requests, investigations, congressional hearings, or otherwise, is as clean as a whistle. All the dirty work is kept private, with contractors in clandestine networks. These contractors have used their connections, power, and influence to create an unprecedented international criminal enterprise where blackmail is traded and people's personal data is gold. Two whistleblowers, Tori and Patrick Berge, who both worked extensively within the shadow government as contractors, have come forward with revelations that may be part of the biggest whistleblowing event to date.
I'm one of thousands faceless, patriotic Americans that worked within the shadows and had been doing that for a very long time. People that worked for John Brennan approached me while I was in my specialist training while I was in the Navy. When I was recruited, it was for electronic warfare. Then I ended up in information warfare, and ironically, the base that I first went to for electronic warfare is now information warfare.
My job for a company called Technology, which was owned by Obama's National Security Advisor, General James Jones, and I answered directly to his son. I worked for them for about 8 years, from like 2007 to 2010. My focus was primarily in the development on a couple different contracts for the Department of Defense for the development of the capabilities for interactive internet activities, being something that helps support CNO,
Thank you,
which is
John.
computer network operations, hacking, and different things like that, and information operations, which would be your actual influence operations, right? It's a supporting application that really, it's kind of like a Microsoft project, right? Which allows you to manage large projects, like enterprise level projects. But instead of like managing the building of the construction of a 14-story building, it's managing the most, malevolent operations that you could imagine.
I was a contractor for various intelligence agencies that were privately created. So they were private contracting agencies.
Sorry.
Because unlike what most people think, our intelligence doesn't stay within our borders or within federal buildings.
The ShadowNet was the commercial version of an IIA weapon, IIA being interactive internet activities. That's the military nomenclature for what basically you've heard just being described for the last 3 or 4 years with all the fake news and the fake news journalists and fake stories, fake dossier. All these things are attributes and characteristics of IIA, which is social media psychological warfare. We began that really in 2007, when right after the policy guidelines first came out. We were on one of the first contracts with the DoD that I'm aware of, trying to help the Force Psychological Operations Group understand how to go from dropping flyers from planes to a more micro-targeted social media psychological warfare application where you could select an individual target or a group target or an entire country if you wanted to.
What I did was something called localization or L10N. So a localization strategy is you find a group of people, that could be a whole country, a city, a certain religious group, 6-block radius like Chaz, and you kind of try to get in their mind. You have to understand how they eat, how they walk, how they talk, what they like, what pushes their buttons, what drives them nuts, what upsets them, what makes them happy. And then you use that to your advantage to push whatever ideology or product or direction you want them to go. Marrying together cultural appropriation, language, nuances of the demographic that you are targeting or the nation you are targeting. It pries into your demographic, your world. So if I want to blackmail you and put you under my thumb, not only will I know everything, but I will know your deepest, darkest fears. I will know people I can get in contact to find out more about you. Maybe you had like an old hockey injury. So if I wanted to attack you, I'd know where to hit you.
You understand enough about someone and you can hack their shadow, right? You can use their fears. You can use their anxieties. Sound anything like pandemics that you recognize here?
Oh yeah, definitely.
So you can use those things to help reflexively control or influence a target, an individual, whoever it is, right? Or a group of people, or an entire election, an entire country.
What Patrick Berge created was
It's a pandemic.
a program that was based
99.9% of
off
people
of
are
the
surviving.
strategies that we used in person. It was a psychological operation, but that crunches data with the use of psychological operations. So you can predict how your target will respond.
I spent like 7 years overseas, right? Several years, a couple of those years were specifically related to IIA. So I understood certain things.
When we hijacked the Afghan elections, how did we do that? We had to understand how the Afghanis think. We had to go to the areas that were anti-Taliban because the Taliban political group was now more militant than it was political. We used that to our advantage and formulated a plan where we would sway their thoughts to believe that XYZ candidate is the way to go, because then you won't get robbed and we'll tame the Taliban. But we had to do it in their way. So he created the algorithm that does that for you.
When we were largely doing this, it was done by analysts. Now this is more done automated through artificial intelligence, which is just a common iteration of the program or application development process. The database component ends up allowing you to build behavioral profiles on individual targets, right? And
all right, give me a minute. Basically, this is in the beginning. It kind of starts out slow, but it's because it's showing you the foundation. First, these two whistleblowers. Shadowgate actually came out 8 months into Millie's releasing of all the information that she's got. She had whistleblowers in the Sunshine Organization, which is like is partners with Antifa and BLM. She had whistleblowers in Antifa, and she had whistleblowers that were inside their secret Zoom meetings with employees from our federal government literally planning and plotting a coup with extremist extremists from the 60s. They're former activists / extremists, but they were the one very, the physical, the bombs, this, that, and the third. Funny how we've had about 5 explosions in the United States in the last 2 days, and we've only heard about maybe one of them on news. I got that up here for you guys if you want to stick around when we're done. But this is the foundation. They're laying the foundation. These 2 whistleblowers are showing you this is what we did to create havoc in society in order to get a narrative spun that the people in charge wanted us to spin. And we did it by, at first, creating an algorithm with analysts that would it literally is called social media psychological warfare against us Americans. They're taking our taxpayer money, building these systems, paying these analysts to create this algorithm, and then paying operators or whatnot to monitor, to use the weapon against us, to literally stick a vacuum in our brain and suck out everything about us. So they know everything, like she said, our deepest, darkest fears.
Through those behavioral profiles, you can develop or implement reflexive control, which allows you to understand with enough information about someone, you can predictively determine how they're going to react.
I was really good at what I did. Really good. And I can still do it too. I'm not doing it now though.
Don't be doing that,
I
sorry.
didn't know if I was too. But I helped them train algorithms with the strategies that I had created all these years.
They had asked us to bring the application to a classified network. But Jim sent him a bogus, just a made-up, ridiculous bid to actually do that, because if it went on a classified network, we couldn't turn around and sell it commercially. We went on after that to another contract in Tampa, took everything with us. Force Psychological Operations Group had no idea that we were going to be taking their year's worth of work that they paid us to do, taxpayers paid us to do, and we kept the intellectual property rights to it and remarketed it, branded it commercially as the Shadowgate. So I come back here and I see these guys back here in America have just been having a field day utilizing the technology that we've been developing to alter the outcomes of our elections in America.
This technology was so successful.
You understand what he said? We were using this stuff to alter elections in Afghanistan, where we needed the Afghanis to vote for this person, we needed to have this person be in charge because of, obviously, the Taliban is basically very extreme one way and Afghanis are not. Excuse me, they're not. They're the opposite, obviously, but they're one's very super religious. Doesn't believe in burying any skin. You needed a happy medium, and what happened is the U.S. Army paid these 2 to create an algorithm to convince these people to vote for who they wanted them to vote for, our guy, and it worked. And when it was all said and done, all the money we paid for that weaponry and all the information that they gathered was their property right. They picked it all up and walked out of there with it and went on to another contract. And she's going to go in, and he's going into it now. But when he came home, he realized very quickly, based on certain names that were involved, that certain politicians back home, maybe ones that were involved in rigging the Afghani election, the ones that got the money for the algorithm to be created in the first place, those people were utilizing the same tools that they used to change the Afghani election to alter American elections.
They couldn't resist the temptation to not use it commercially and have the power to affect outcomes of elections at home. The commercial and black market value of such a technology is incalculable.
This is the mobile mega Shadownet mobile. My laptop sits in here, and then I got two 4K capture cards. I can do BTC, and this charges all my camera equipment. So while I'm riding, I'm told I'm getting as much as 40 amps. These are the same pieces that we used to build out our skips, our SC2 IPs, which is a small command and control over IP. And when I was working with JCSE, we would take these cases and build out networks. This is a small command and control over IP. It's just only running on one unclassified network, SIM-enabled Wi-Fi router. And if I get decent cell connection, then I can run the multiple cameras, and I can put multiple images in one screen, and I can run all that from my cell phone that I have mounted here.
The group of whistleblowers from the NSA and other classified election agencies, referred to as the global surveillance whistleblowers, were used as a vector to legalize what was then illegal dragnet spying on everyone 24/7.
The NSA and its former head, General Hayden, declined to comment for this story.
The FISA Amendment Act of 2008 had Section 702 that permitted the government to spy on citizens with a warrant from the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Court. The NSA data system collects everything through what's called the upstream, where everything is stored for 72 hours, then dumped. However, if one could twin this stream of data, they could privatize it. Imagine what you could do with that. Tori alleges that she worked for John Brennan at the Analysis Corporation and Global Strategies Group. What is the Analysis Corporation?
It is a company that does a lot of things, varied from administrative work to analyses to data collection, biometric collection. I mean, whatever contract they've been awarded by the government, they do. It could be something as simple as janitor duties.
In case you missed the secretary's words upstairs, she reached out to Senator Obama to say that she was sorry that this had happened. There were these unauthorized accesses to his passport files. One incident this past summer where there was a trainee in the passport office who had an unauthorized access of Senator Clinton's passport file. Now, in the case of Senator McCain, we detected earlier this year one of the same people who accessed Senator Obama's passport file also accessed Senator McCain's passport file. This is the same individual who was disciplined, but at this point in time still remains working with the contractor.
She claims to be the actual person who moved the electronic files at Stanley Inc. and CGI in 2008, which publicly was falsely alleged to be a hack. What can you tell us about the CGI Stanley passport incident?
See, Brendan has a certain MO, okay? When he wants to get something, he pretends there's a hack. So I was asked when I was stateside, hey, would you go by that office and pull all this data from the State Department? And I said, of course I will. I put it on 2 rugged drives. You know, they were like the orange tips, really big, drives. And I put it on there. And then later, it's like, oh, they were hacked. And I'm thinking, I didn't hack anything. I was told to do it. So I just kind of watched what was happening. One person actually committed suicide or something. And the other 2 were found. I'm like, but there was no hack. And that's a going theme. You know that, right?
Wow. If it wasn't a hack, I'm presuming that means you took the information off of their servers and computers.
Correct.
So that information was then missing.
Correct.
What would be the point of that? What were they trying to hide?
Well, if I removed it, that means someone else was there to replace it, right? So I remove the factual, actual information, and then someone goes behind. That's like super switch. I didn't see that until retrospect, right? In retrospect, right? Because for me, going to copy a server off of the consulate, computer, State Department would be normal. If we had a contract with them, they would tell me what terminal, I'd scan the barcode, make sure that I was at the right computer, and do my job. So I remove data, that means someone else replaced it.
So, what is the relationship between Global Strategies Group, Analysis Corporation, and Canadian Global Information?
They all do the same thing. They're the jacks of all trades, except for the fact that Global Strategies Group was actually a hub for all information, in and out, in and out. I mean, all of the directors there were former GCHQ, CIA, NSA, MI6, MI5, German intelligence. You have to wonder, why are all these former heads heading up consulting firm? And what were they consulting? And they weren't consulting. They were collecting everybody's data and privatizing it.
John Brennan, working within his network of contracting companies, such as
Let me see what's going on. Sorry, I was dealing with cat problems. Of course, this was
Canadian Global Information and
Got it. Drink. It's crazy every time, right? I just get ready every time now. Oh, hang on, Kitty. I'll come open the window. All right, let me get it going again. Damn. Because I restarted it, the count restarted. I'll have to monkey with it and see if it's in the right spot. Come on. Oh, it's still loaded. Come on. Maybe I should have just started at the beginning and then just fast forward it. Hold on. All right, I'm coming. Get up there. Middle of my life. Go get a drink, get on the bed. Open the window for her. It should start in a second, guys. There. What the hell? They really don't want us to watch this, do they? I'm about to go put it on something else. Okay, here we go. Let's do it this way then. Oh, that's two. Hang on. There's two of them. There's Shadowgate and Shadowgate 2.0. Hold on. The 2.0 is the election one. Like actually going on during the September, October, November. One second, let me find her first Shadowgate here. Where was it? It's not her channel. Did I miss it? It's all Shadowgate 2.0 stuff. Where's the regular one? Did they take it down? Were they forced to take it down? Is that why I can only find it on BitChute? I don't understand. I bet you she was forced to take it down. I'm almost 100% positive, or it would be on this channel. Okay, so I don't think we have a choice but to try to get this to work. I know, I feel terrible though. Every time they hit my, it's because of what we talk about over here. I should have like some serious firewall going on to keep these guys out of our business, because the way what we talk about just really pisses them off. They don't want us talking about this stuff. They don't want us to know this stuff. They don't want us to think about this stuff. They want us to be distracted with their bullshit. No. Yeah, maybe that was the problem. I don't know. But I'm getting nervous. Like, what the hell? I'm about ready just to open a new. It's just loading and loading and loading. I've refreshed it like twice. This is the strangest shit. There's no storm outside. Let me try to just do one thing. See, it's just not filled in yet. Okay, like, it'll take me into here. It'll take me to here, and then what? Now it starts. I'll fast forward it a second. Hold on. Now we fast forward it, and we're fucked up again. Can't win. I'm not starting from the beginning again, so they can fucking screw me over. No. Fuck, man. Too many F words for a Sunday. Please. I really wanted everybody to see this. People are giving up left and right. I won't blame them. You're probably better off watching it on your own if you want.
Thing like $4 million
wow.
that they had spent on other properties.
Hold on, I gotta go back a little bit. Come on. Come on. I'm just gonna let it play from here. Watch. See where is it? If we're close.
Television that is just plain factually wrong. First place, we don't know for a fact how and when and
one more time.
And bada bing, bada boom. I'm not going to embarrass anybody.
What the hell? Oh, this is 2.0.
Protecting
That's why.
a free, healthy, and
wait a minute. This isn't the one we're watching. That's sorry, guys. That's Shadowgate 2.0. That's what was wrong. Gee, I didn't recognize any of that. I was freaking out. Once I get it playing, then I will do it like I just did the other one, hopefully. Karma, sit still. You're making all that noise. Be quiet. Be quiet. I'm live. Can you see this? Shh. Shh. All that chewing and stuff. Come on. Please. Karma, not right now. I cannot rub your belly. I'm busy. You go in the living room. Start crying in my stuff. Please. Please. Now, how come the 2.0 will work, but the one we're watching won't work? The one that I need you to see to understand the foundation of everything they've been doing this last 4 years. You can't see it. Isn't that pretty fucked up? I find that odd. Have a watch party. Give them too much time to contemplate what to do because I ended up with a cat issue. Come on. I'm not going to give it a whole lot longer. I don't understand why YouTube does this to me. I have no hope left to keep doing this, guys. I'm not going to lie. I can't even. I'm just going to stop even trying to go on YouTube. I'm just going to go straight to BitChute or something. But look, BitChute's not working. BitChute, this is BitChute. BitChute, where you want me to be you want me to come running to you, but your shit don't work. Your shit don't work, BitChute. Neither YouTube is fucking where I'm going live from, so that's censoring me. And I'm using BitChute on YouTube, which is probably why they're censoring me. But it's the only licensing place I could get the copyright to that. I'm done. I don't care with that. I'm just not even bothering.